Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of your Firefighter.Realtor, your DFW resource. My name is Sal. Are you looking to move to the DFW Metroplex? Go ahead and contact me. I would be happy to be a resource for you. Today we're going to be going over the good and the ugly of living in a pier and beam house. This comes from personal experience because I live in a pier and beam house. As you can tell, a lot of stuff is going on. Yes, that is a hole in the floor. So we're going to be going over what happened, what's going on, why you probably should or probably shouldn't live in a pier and beam house. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so let's first take a look at what a pier and beam is. I'm going to take you underneath the house and show you what's going on. So this is a pier and beam house. So basically these are what's called drilled piers. As you can see right here, these are drilled into the ground. And then these are leveling blocks to go ahead and put the beams on so you can actually have a foundation. Now some piers are actually, let's see if we can find one of my piers. I just got mine done. So as you can see, that one right there is not drilled into the ground. These are. And these are just like helpers, as you can see. And then this is my gas line that runs to my house. So it's in an older neighborhood. And yeah, so sometimes make sure if you're looking to, buy a house, make sure that these are not rotted. We replaced some of ours after something that happened, a little leak. But as you can see, the whole house is on piers and beams. And these are the pipes that go to the shower, the bathroom. So let me kind of go over that. So yeah, a lot of people are always like, man, that's so weird that you can see your plumbing like that, all that right there. Like, man, that's so weird. Why would you even want to see that plumbing? Here's the good part about that. So in 2021, as you probably remember, Texas went through a freeze. It was crazy. Let me kind of get out of here so I can get good lighting. So Texas went through a freeze. Yeah, that's a hole in the house underneath that you can go underneath. Texas had a freeze. And so all those pipes that were in slab houses, like concrete houses, like slab concrete houses that just were built on that foundation, had so many pipes burst. And guess what? They had to go drill into that concrete, drill into those walls, and be able to get to that plumbing so they can stop the leak. Well, guess what? As you can see, those PVC pipes that we have down there, if those were to have busted, guess what? It would just run underneath the house and just go into the street. You can calmly walk outside, get the water key, and go ahead and turn off the water from the city. So let's go ahead and get out of here. Oh, so one more thing actually that I wanted to show you. That right there, that is kind of a closer look. It was right behind me. That's not drilled in. That's just right on top. And you have all those joists that kind of come across, as you can probably see. So, alrighty. So let's get into... Alrighty guys, so let's get into what happened at my house and probably why you should or shouldn't have a pier and beam house. Alright, so one thing that probably could get annoying about living in a pier and beam house is that it always sounds like you're on the second floor of an apartment building. You get used to it. A lot of people, that's what they're turned off by. They're just like, oh, it always sounds like someone's walking everywhere in high heels. I get it. But the other thing is that it's easy to fix the flooring. So yes, as you can see, there's a lot of stuff going on, and I'll get into that here in a little bit. But it's so easy to get to the flooring. You don't have to drill into concrete and get like a whole foundation, people out here. Yeah, that's one thing about that. But yeah, it does always sound like there's a second person here in the house, or the second person is like double footsteps. But you know what? I don't care. So they're usually cheaper to build, so you usually get like a more bang for your buck, I guess you would say. Another good reason of having a pier and beam house is that it, obviously here in Texas, the great thing about it is that it always keeps cool underneath because that vent, the air keeps it moving underneath. So you're not having to work or your air conditioner's not having to work so hard at keeping the house cool. Our house naturally keeps cool in the lower 70s. So that's pretty even in the summer in the hundreds here in Texas. So let me get into what happened here in my house and what you should look out for in a pier and beam house. So let me kind of turn this camera around. So right here, I came out of that hole right there, right about there, and on the other side of this faucet, there's actually my vanity faucet right here. The line came from the ceiling, from the AC unit, all the way down, but it stopped right there. What happened was, every time it leaked, it just kept leaking. And I guess for the past 2 years, it's just been leaking. We didn't even know about that. And guess what? It started getting all this damage. And it started being all that water damage. And it was not a great sight. It started like bulging right here with a little bit of water. As you can see that brown stuff right there. Now they're having to go in and actually replace the subfloors. So the bad thing about that is that, you know what, you will have to get your foundation worked on just for that little bit of water. If it was concrete, obviously it probably wouldn't have been as damaged, but since this is all wood, it just absorbed everything. And that does take me into my kind of last rant about just homes in general and buying a home here in Texas. Is that when we bought this house, I was not a real estate agent. I didn't know a whole bunch about the home buying process, but what I did figure out is that foundation people do not, here in Texas, do not have licenses. And whenever a foundation gets repaired or gets brand new, there's always a structural engineer that comes out and gives pretty much the sign off, you know, hey, here you go, gives it to the city, and basically just signs off on the work. And he has a license that he works under that he's liable for. But when we bought this house, there was the foundation, and the foundation people said, yeah, it's good to go. And when we bought this house from the person that built it, it was just a custom builder. He said, yeah, the foundation was good. What we didn't ask for, which I really hope you guys do in your next home purchase, is ask for a structural engineer report, because that will give you pretty much the yes or no, and that is someone that you can go back to. Because after this leak, we found out that there were some structural deficits that this house had. We couldn't go back because we bought it as is, and we did not get a structural engineer report. Very sad on our part. We spent several thousands of dollars into the house, so that really sucks. But that said, that doesn't really is not really a negative for me, because we bought the house in March of 20. It was a really good price, and guess what? We've been offered almost double for the house. Guys, that's pretty much it on Pier and Beam Homes. If you guys have any more questions, I have foundation people that can answer specific questions. But if you guys have any questions about living here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area in a Pier and Beam home, let me give you my thoughts, and if this wasn't enough. But living in a Pier and Beam home does not have to be scary. It's not scary. You have a floor underneath. Yeah, are there critters and stuff? My house doesn't have any critters or anything like that. Some people are afraid of rats or snakes or stuff like that. You don't have to go under there to do anything unless you have to fix a pipe or the gas line or the pest control or anything like that. So that's pretty much it, guys. If you guys found this useful, I hope my what happened to me you found useful, because as you can see, they're starting to do all that, and it's a little annoying because it puts all our furniture, yeah, everywhere. They're having to do the tile and everything. So hope that helps. If you guys need anything, please reach out. Your Firefighter Realtor here. All right, see you guys later. Peace.